My name is Keely Finucane, and I will be teaching an oil painting class where we focus on painting liquid and glass. Over this 4-week course, we will cover best practices in oil painting, starting with drawing your initial image, laying down your underpainting, building up the layers, and adding final details. Despite the pandemic, we still have a need to be social and create. This class is perfect for you to be inspired, creative, and safe all at the same time.
I'm originally from Philadelphia, PA, and received a BFA from Tyler School of Art, Temple University. I double majored in painting and glassblowing for 4 years in college. I've always been fascinated by glass and the fact that this smooth, transparent surface is actually made from sand. The sand becomes molten lava in extremely high temperatures and transforms into a solid when it cools down. After school, I moved out to Arizona, started teaching, and continued painting. It's not too surprising that glass became my painting subject. Instead of physically blowing glass, I now focus on painting the amazing reflections, colors, and small intricate details that happen within the glass.
We will review the importance of a good composition, lighting, we're going to talk color theory, mixing paint, and glazing.
This virtual class will be conducted over Zoom. You will be able to paint from the comfort of your own home. If you haven't done so already, I can offer tips on setting up your home studio and how to protect your pipes against paint, solvents, and painting mediums.
For those of you who've never participated in an online class, I encourage you to be open-minded, enjoy the painting process, and feel free to paint in your preferred style.
I have adjusted my methods over the years to make my studio practice safe, affordable, and productive.
In addition to the live class, you'll have access to online resources with live demonstrations so you can work at your own pace. Oil painting takes time, but it's so worth it in the end.
For this course, our painting subject will be liquid and glass. I will provide high-quality reference images for students to paint from. Photos consist of several adult beverages, lemonade, and coffee. Images range in complexity to accommodate different painting abilities.
I've been painting for over 15 years and have evolved as an artist, as most artists do. I've changed my practice over time, and because of this, I'm able to offer students multiple methods to approach a painting.
Option 1, draw from observation. So you look at your subject, meaning the photo, and you do your best to draw the photo exactly how you see it. Option 2, use the grid method. This is a very helpful tool to figure out correct proportions for a drawing or painting. This is something I teach my middle school students how to do. You want to start with a pencil and a ruler. The rule is you have to create the same amount of squares, proportional sections that's on top of your image. If you have an intersection or a crisscross on top of your image, all you have to do is measure the height and width and mark where the halfway points are. Measuring becomes a little bit more elaborate and a little bit more complicated the more squares you have. But generally, the more squares you have, the more details you can see and draw. But for oil paintings, I find the simple crisscross has been enough, especially for a beginner. Option 3, use a projector. If you are someone who happens to have a projector at your house, they can be very helpful in regards to laying down the initial drawing on your canvas. Similar to gridding, this method assists you with getting perfect proportions. Now you still have to do the work and build up the layers in your painting, but it can be a great starting point to achieve realism. When I use a projector, I hang or prop my artwork up against the wall, turn on the projector, and trace all the shapes I see. Just like gridding, you want to focus on the contour line drawing and also trace around different shapes and values. Option 4, transfer the image. With transferring, you can get very similar results as you would if you projected the image. To transfer an image, I like to start by taping the initial picture down. You want to tape it down so the photo or drawing does not move. You lay the transfer paper, graphite side down, in between the image you're transferring from and the surface you're transferring to. So in this case, I'm transferring the photo to my canvas. Just like you would with a projector, you're tracing all the shapes and contour lines that you see, as well as any big change in value. You can transfer as much or as little as you want. Some people like to draw their initial image drawing from observation on a separate sheet of paper and then transfer that drawing to their canvas. Transfer paper comes in rolls or sheets, and you can buy it at your local art store. Even though I've used all of these methods, it's very common to still go back and make adjustments as the painting evolves. There are 3 main types of palettes for you to mix your oil paint on. For starters, we have palette paper. It comes in a pack found at your local art store. It's made of waxy paper that can be thrown away after a single use. You can also just tape a piece of plain old wax paper from the grocery store, tape it on a hard surface, and it works perfectly fine, and it's very inexpensive. You can also use a wood palette. They're very lightweight and are designed to be held while painting. I personally use a glass palette for oils. It's so easy to clean with a palette knife or a razor blade. You can buy glass at Home Depot or Lowe's. Once you've finished your drawing and gathered all of your supplies, it's time to paint. When you squeeze out your paints, try and aim for a pea size to prevent waste. I begin the painting by laying down an underpainting. I'm looking at the local color of the background or object and not striving for detail at this moment in time. Even though the stage is wet and can be intimidating, I strive to cover the entire canvas in one painting session. Once the underpainting is dry, I remind myself to trust the process and begin to build up the layers in the painting. Each layer, I'm adding more detail and pushing contrast. It's almost like you're looking at a painting without glasses in the beginning. It's out of focus. The more layers you build up, it feels like you put the glasses on and now everything becomes clear. Thank you so much for watching. Classes start February 6th and will take place over Zoom every Saturday from 9 to 12 for the month of February. I hope to see you in class, but until then, stay safe, stay creative.